If you're a man over 60 and struggling with weak erections, low stamina, or declining energy, I want to start by telling you something important. You are not broken. You're not past your prime. And believe it or not, one of the most powerful tools to restore your sexual performance might already be sitting in your kitchen cabinet. It's not a fancy supplement. It's not a prescription drug. It's simple, overlooked, and almost too humble to believe in. Baking soda. Yes, that same white powder you use to clean your fridge, deodorize shoes, or help your cakes rise. Also known as sodium bicarbonate, baking soda is quietly becoming one of the most researched and surprising health allies for older men. Why? Because its effects on pH balance, inflammation, blood flow, and oxygen delivery are profound, and all of those systems directly impact your erections. I'm Dr. James Hartley. I've worked with thousands of men over 60, many of whom believed their performance problems were just a normal part of aging. But over the years, I've seen how small, natural interventions, done consistently, can completely rewrite that story. Baking soda is one of them. And in this 6-part series, we're going to uncover 10 science-backed benefits of baking soda for men's sexual health, especially those entering their later decades of life. Let's start with something few people know. Your body's pH matters more than you think. When your system becomes too acidic due to poor diet, stress, medications, or aging, your cells can't function properly. Blood vessels tighten, inflammation rises, oxygen delivery slows, and all of that makes erections harder to achieve and sustain. Baking soda is an alkalizing agent. It helps bring your body's pH back to balance, allowing your cardiovascular and nervous systems to perform better. But before we jump ahead, let's zoom out. Why is something as simple as baking soda so powerful for older men? Because it tackles multiple root causes of erectile dysfunction at once: inflammation, circulatory weakness, oxygen shortage, hormonal imbalances, even pelvic tension. Baking soda isn't a silver bullet, but it is a foundation restorer. It creates an internal environment where your body can begin to heal itself. One of my patients, Leonard, age 67, was dealing with chronic fatigue, borderline high blood pressure, and intimacy issues. After adding a small amount of baking soda to his water 3 times a week, along with other lifestyle shifts, he saw significant changes within a month. It was like my body started breathing again, he told me. That's what we want. For your blood to flow freely, for your nerves to fire cleanly, and for your mind and body to reconnect. The first 3 erection-boosting benefits of baking soda you've never heard before. In the previous part, we talked about the often overlooked power of baking soda for men over 60. Now, let's dive into the science. Because once you understand how this simple substance actually works inside the body, you'll realize it's anything but basic. Today, we're focusing on 3 of the most important benefits that baking soda offers to improve erections. Starting with what many experts now call the gateway to male sexual performance: nitric oxide. Benefit number 1. Baking soda helps increase nitric oxide, your erection's best friend. Nitric oxide is a gas produced in your blood vessels that helps them relax and expand. Think of it as nature's version of Viagra. It tells your arteries to widen, allowing more blood to flow to where it needs to go, especially your penis. Without it, erections become weak, short-lived, or non-existent. As men age, nitric oxide production drops significantly. But here's the good news. Research shows that a balanced internal pH, reduced oxidative stress, and healthier kidneys all contribute to restoring nitric oxide levels. And baking soda helps with all 3. By alkalizing the blood and reducing cellular stress, baking soda indirectly boosts your body's ability to create and maintain nitric oxide. Benefit number 2. Baking soda improves overall vascular function and oxygen delivery. Every erection is powered by blood. But blood is useless if your vessels are clogged, inflamed, or constricted. One of the hidden causes of erectile dysfunction in men over 60 is microvascular stiffness, tiny arteries that have lost their flexibility due to years of inflammation and acidity. Baking soda helps neutralize excess acid in the bloodstream, and that can help prevent the oxidative damage that leads to arterial aging. More importantly, it helps improve the efficiency of how your red blood cells deliver oxygen. Better oxygen means healthier tissues, more responsive nerves, and a penis that responds when you need it to. Benefit number 3. Baking soda reduces inflammation in the pelvic region. Most men don't realize that chronic inflammation in the pelvic area, around the prostate, bladder, and lower abdomen, can reduce sexual sensitivity, blood flow, and even hormone production. I've seen this especially in men dealing with prostate enlargement, frequent urination at night, or lingering lower back stiffness. Baking soda, thanks to its systemic anti-inflammatory properties, helps lower this silent inflammation that builds up over decades. When you reduce inflammation around the pelvic nerves and vessels, you naturally start to experience more sensation, more control, and a stronger mind-body connection during intimacy. Now you might be wondering, how do I take baking soda safely? And that's a smart question, because too much of anything, even something natural, can do harm. Generally, for older men, I recommend starting with 1/4 teaspoon dissolved in a full glass of water. Taken 2 to 3 times a week, preferably in the morning on an empty stomach. You should always check with your doctor if you're taking blood pressure medications or have kidney issues. But for most healthy men, this dose is well tolerated and can offer noticeable benefits within a few weeks. One of my patients, Marco, 70, had been on blood pressure meds and had been avoiding intimacy for over a year. Within just 2 weeks of using baking soda as part of a broader plan, he reported morning erections returning, something he hadn't experienced in months. "It was like my body remembered how to work again," he said. And that's the magic of treating root causes instead of just symptoms. Baking soda, prostate health, and hormone balance after 60. By now, you've seen that baking soda isn't just some outdated pantry staple. It's a surprisingly powerful ally for older men looking to restore energy, blood flow, and performance. But here's where things get even more interesting. Because beyond blood circulation and inflammation, baking soda has a direct impact on another major player in male vitality, the prostate. And indirectly, it can support the balance of testosterone, the hormone that governs much more than just your sex drive. In this part, we'll dive into benefits number 4, number 5, and number 6, all centered around how baking soda helps where most men over 60 need it most. Benefit number 4. Baking soda reduces pressure on the prostate by improving urinary flow. If you've noticed you're getting up multiple times a night to urinate, feeling pressure in your lower abdomen, or experiencing a weak stream, you're not alone. These are common signs of benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, an age-related enlargement of the prostate gland that affects blood flow, nerves, and even the ability to achieve or sustain erections. Baking soda helps reduce urinary acidity, which in turn soothes irritation in the bladder and urethra. It may also reduce inflammation in the prostate region, easing pressure on the nerves that play a role in sexual arousal. Many of my patients report better sleep, fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom, and a sense of relief after adding a gentle baking soda regimen. Benefit number 5. Baking soda supports hormone balance by improving liver function. Here's something most men never hear. Your liver plays a critical role in regulating your testosterone levels. That's because the liver helps process and remove excess estrogen-like compounds, detoxify the blood, and produce proteins that bind to hormones and carry them where they're needed. When the liver is sluggish, whether from aging, inflammation, or too much processed food, your testosterone can drop without warning. Baking soda helps reduce acidity in the body, which can lighten the load on your liver. Some research suggests it may improve metabolic efficiency and even support liver enzyme activity. A healthier liver means more stable hormones, better energy, and a sharper sense of manhood. Benefit number 6. Baking soda indirectly boosts testosterone by reducing stress on the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands are small but mighty. They produce cortisol, your main stress hormone, and work in partnership with the testes to help modulate testosterone levels. When your body is under chronic stress, physical or emotional, cortisol floods the system, and testosterone takes a back seat. Baking soda has been shown to reduce lactic acid buildup, improve hydration, and support electrolyte balance, all of which reduce physical stress on the body. This helps calm the adrenal response, paving the way for your testosterone to rise naturally. Many older men report feeling more even emotionally, with more clarity and desire, just by reducing this constant stress burden. One of my patients, Walter, 66, told me something remarkable. After a month of using baking soda, I didn't just feel better. I felt calmer, lighter, and clearer, like my body wasn't fighting itself anymore. That's the real power here. It's not just about performance, it's about total system harmony. So far, we've talked about the benefits of baking soda for blood flow, inflammation, and hormone balance. But now we're going to talk about something most men, especially those over 60, completely overlook: your gut. Yes, the strength of your erection, your stamina, and even your confidence in the bedroom are closely tied to the health of your digestive system. And that's why baking soda, as simple as it seems, can be a game changer. Let's begin with benefit number 7. Baking soda improves digestion and reduces acid-related gut issues. As we age, the stomach often becomes either too acidic or too weak in its ability to digest food properly. You may have experienced bloating, gas, heartburn, or slow digestion. All of these can interfere with nutrient absorption, energy levels, and even testosterone synthesis. Baking soda acts as a gentle antacid and digestive buffer. When taken in moderation, it helps neutralize excess stomach acid and supports smoother digestion. This means your body can more easily break down proteins, absorb key minerals like zinc and magnesium, critical for testosterone, and reduce the physical stress that comes from bloating or indigestion. Better digestion equals better energy, and that fuels everything, including your performance. Benefit number 8. Baking soda helps balance gut pH, promoting a healthy microbiome. Your gut isn't just a food processing system. It's a command center for your immunity, brain chemistry, and hormone regulation. And what keeps it healthy is your gut microbiome, trillions of good bacteria that thrive in the right pH environment. When your gut becomes too acidic due to aging, processed foods, or medication use, it can trigger inflammation, mental fog, low mood, and yes, poor circulation and reduced libido. Baking soda helps neutralize this acid and bring your gut's internal chemistry back into balance. A well-balanced gut supports better serotonin production, calmer nerves, and better arousal signals from your brain to your body. Benefit number 9. Baking soda supports the gut-brain connection, which improves sexual motivation and arousal. One of the most overlooked parts of male sexual function is arousal, not just mechanical ability. Arousal begins in the brain, but it's powered by your gut. The gut produces neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA that directly influence your mood, desire, and ability to focus on pleasure. If your gut is inflamed or out of sync, those chemicals drop, and with them goes your sex drive. Baking soda, by calming internal inflammation and improving gut pH, supports this gut-brain axis. That's why many men feel more relaxed, less anxious, and more emotionally present after a few weeks of gentle use. And that presence is key, not just for your physical performance, but for emotional intimacy too. One of my clients, Charles, 74, had suffered from digestive issues for years. He thought his low libido and constant fatigue were just getting old. But when we improved his gut health, starting with small doses of baking soda, probiotic foods, and anti-inflammatory nutrition, everything changed. "It's like I wanted to live again," he said. "Not just function, but really feel." This is what makes baking soda so unique. It's not flashy, it's not sexy, but it addresses foundational issues that matter more than any blue pill ever could. It restores the systems behind the symptoms, so your body can remember how to work, how to feel, and how to connect again. At this stage in life, many men begin to feel their energy slip. It's not that they're lazy, it's just that recovery takes longer. Stamina fades, muscles feel heavier, and everything from a walk around the block to a moment of intimacy feels like it takes extra effort. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. But here's the part most men never hear. Your energy isn't gone, it's trapped. Trapped by cellular stress, lactic acid buildup, inflammation, and weak metabolic recovery. And this is where baking soda steps in like a silent warrior. Let's start with benefit number 10. Baking soda improves physical performance by buffering lactic acid. When you exert yourself, whether during exercise, housework, or sex, your muscles produce lactic acid as a byproduct. Too much lactic acid creates fatigue, soreness, and slower recovery. For older men, this can lead to less movement, more stiffness, and even the fear of trying again. Baking soda acts as a natural buffer. It neutralizes that acid and helps your muscles recover faster. In fact, elite athletes have used baking soda for decades to enhance performance and endurance. The best part? You don't need to be a triathlete to benefit. Even modest daily activities become easier when your recovery improves. Baking soda supports mitochondrial function, the energy engine of your cells. Every cell in your body has mitochondria, tiny organelles responsible for producing energy. When mitochondria are sluggish, your whole body feels it. You lose drive, mental sharpness, and the ability to sustain energy throughout the day. Baking soda helps improve cellular alkalinity, which supports more efficient mitochondrial activity. That translates to more natural energy, better endurance during physical intimacy, and the confidence to say yes to life again instead of holding back. It reduces post-activity inflammation, keeping you more mobile and pain-free. Older men often tell me, "It's not the activity that bothers me, it's how I feel afterward." Soreness, joint pain, and exhaustion can turn a simple walk or weekend project into a setback. Baking soda, by helping reduce acidity and inflammation, accelerates the recovery process. That means fewer excuses to stay on the couch and more reasons to move, engage, and show up fully in your body. But here's where it really gets powerful. Stamina doesn't just mean movement. It means endurance in all areas of life. When your body recovers faster and feels energized longer, your bedroom performance improves naturally. You're not relying on willpower. You're running on true vitality. One of my clients, Dennis, 68, started adding baking soda to his morning routine, and after 2 weeks, he was doing more around the house, exercising again, and, as he put it, finally just remember, baking soda isn't a one-time fix, it's a support system. It needs to be used consistently, ideally in a low dose, 2 to 3 times per week, with plenty of hydration and mineral balance. And when used right, it supports not just your energy, but your confidence. And that, my friend, is priceless. Longevity, vitality, and the baking soda comeback. Final thoughts. You've made it to the final part of this series, and by now, I hope one thing is crystal clear. You don't need to accept decline as your new normal. Just because you're over 60 doesn't mean the best parts of your health, your strength, or your manhood are behind you. In fact, with small, consistent actions, you can feel better at 70 than you did at 50. And one of those actions, quiet, simple, but deeply powerful, is baking soda. Let's talk about benefit number 10. Baking soda supports healthy aging and overall longevity. It does this by creating balance inside your bloodstream, your cells, your nerves, and your organs. The human body thrives in a state of pH balance, free from excess inflammation and oxidative stress. And that's what baking soda provides. It helps protect your kidneys, reduces metabolic strain on your liver and heart, and supports a more alkaline environment where chronic disease struggles to take hold. And as your internal systems improve, your energy, sleep, emotional connection, and yes, your erections often follow. But even beyond the science, let's talk about something deeper: identity. I've worked with men for over 30 years, and I can tell you this: so many guys silently carry shame. Shame about not feeling strong anymore, about not performing like they used to, about not feeling like a man in the way they once did. But here's the truth. Masculinity isn't measured by perfection. It's measured by how you respond. Do you retreat or do you rebuild? Baking soda won't fix everything overnight, but it will help you take that first, meaningful step toward rebuilding, toward creating the internal chemistry your body needs to regenerate, to feel clear again, strong again, present again. One of my longtime patients, Frank, 71, told me this after a few months of simple baking soda routines. I feel like I'm aging in reverse, not because I look younger, but because I finally have energy and desire again. I wake up and actually want to live. That's what this is all about. So here's your call to action. Start slow. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda in water, 2 to 3 times per week. Stay hydrated and prioritize mineral-rich foods like greens, nuts, and seeds. Pair baking soda with movement. Daily walking or light exercise is enough. Monitor how you feel. Better sleep, stronger morning erections, clearer mood. Share this journey with your partner if you have one. Intimacy starts with communication. And above all, don't quit on yourself. You've got more strength, more vitality, and more manhood left in you than you've been led to believe. If this series helped you, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share this video with another man who needs hope, not more pills. Because this is how we build the comeback generation. One healthy, strong, empowered older man at a time. This is Dr. James Hartley, and I believe your best years are still ahead. See you in the next video.